One more stop on the road to WrestleMania. That's the Elimination Chamber. Today, we're going to predict way too early the entire elimination card. Everybody in the cages and everything. But first, let me tell you about the contest. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. So the moment I do, to celebrate you, the subscribers, I'm going to give away this belt on my shoulder. All you got to do is, well, subscribe and comment below, and you can win this. Not a toy, but a replica championship belt. Don't forget to hit that bell. Ding, ding, ding. Notification. All right, so first off, let's do the women's elimination chamber. It looks like Liv Morgan is picking Stephanie Fakir, so I'm thinking, well, Jade Cargill. I am actually thinking they're going to force Jade Cargill to wrestle and defend the belt inside the Elimination Chamber. A lot of times it's a number one contendership match for that, but I'm thinking it's actually going to be Jade wrestling. The reason why I say that is because they're starting to make a big deal, a big fuss about the fact that Jade has not defended her belt one time since winning it. I think we're going on about 3 months now. Now, I'm not saying neither here nor there about that fact. I'm saying they're starting to talk about it. Therefore, I think they just throw her in the chamber itself. So Jade Cargill will be one of 6 participants. Who else would be here? Well, she's kind of already sort of feuding with Jordynne Grace. I don't think those two are I don't think there's enough of a storyline here to get them all the way to WrestleMania. So put them in the pods. Put them in the pods where they can wrestle one another. Tiffany Stratton, she just came back. I could easily see her getting a spot in the chamber. She was in last year. She was the person that Jade won the title from. So Tiffany Stratton, boom, in the pod. Now who else do we go with? Someone who had a really strong showing inside of the Royal Rumble was Lash Legend. What if we capitalized on that? And heck, you know what? A face-to-face between Jade and Lash, that would be very enticing. What a moment that would be. I could see Lash Legend getting in it. So now we're at 4 spots. What about Chelsea Green? I know Michael P. Hayes does not see Chelsea as a top contender, but he does see Chelsea as somebody who makes top contenders. Therefore, feed Chelsea Green to Jade Cargill. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen, or I agree with Michael P.S. Hayes, but he literally said it on Unreal. Therefore, I could see Chelsea getting in the chamber, and it's a good spot for her because, well, it does suck that they don't see her as championship material, because I definitely do. The chamber's a good spot for her to get a main event paycheck, even without anyone really thinking that she's gonna do it. She's there to just make everyone look good for a few laughs. But I don't know. They could pull a Santino Marella and have Chelsea Green be like the final 2, and you think for a moment she's gonna actually win it. That would be pretty cool. Ooh, what if they actually went with it this time? Now I'm beginning to think, what if they said that about Chelsea Green just to make us think that she'll never be champion, and they put her in the chamber and we're like, oh, well, remember what they said on Unreal? Ooh, okay, well, who knows, maybe. But she gets in the chamber. And then my 6th spot will be either Alexa Bliss or Charlotte Flair. I'm thinking it'll be Charlotte Flair, but either way, it will continue the dissension among the not best friends. I'm thinking Charlotte somehow, some way qualifies while Alexa Bliss doesn't, and that makes Alexa feel some kind of way. Now, even though I would love for Chelsea to win, like I just said, I think what'll actually happen is Jade will be the last one out. Jade will actually win the entire thing, and then Bianca Belair arrives. I'm hoping that Bianca Belair, she is healed up enough to get into a WrestleMania program with Jade Cargill. We don't need a Elimination Chamber win for that feud to just take off the moment the PLE is done. Jade and Bianca, they have built-in history. Bianca does not need to win the Chamber to wrestle for the title at Mania. Oh, and if you're a longtime viewer, hot takes are usually on the day after Raw, but I found that if I do a Raw review and then hot takes, a lot of my talking points are the same, and I'm wondering if that's hurting the videos. So I put hot takes on the Patreon. They are free to everybody, but do please consider $5 a month, and you'll get exclusive content moving forward. I got a link in the comments below. Okay, so back to predictions. Now let's do a matchup. I think Finn Bálor and CM Punk. Finn Bálor had 2 promos yesterday, and even though he got buried completely in the actual main event segment of Roman Reigns and CM Punk, it still stands that Finn Bálor is calling him out, and CM Punk has acknowledged Finn Bálor calling him out. No way, no how do I think Finn will win, but I think they want CM Punk to wrestle in Chicago, and we know that Roman Reigns, he's just not gonna wrestle before WrestleMania. Therefore, well, Finn Bálor still calling him out. Even though the outcome is all but certain, we have those two wrestle their final match in their little mini feud leading to Mania. I do also see Drew McIntyre. I see Drew McIntyre wrestling here. It'll probably be not Cody Rhodes. There's a stipulation that he does not have to defend ever against Cody Rhodes again, unless he wins the Rumble or Elimination Chamber. We'll talk about the Chamber in a minute. I'm thinking though, Jacob Fatu is the guy. It seems like we're headed towards a triple threat main event for night 1. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes. And if we had Drew and Jacob fight each other right here, and it somehow ends with either Cody causing a double DQ, or these two brawl like crazy and it's a double DQ. Either way, a screwy finish happens here where Jacob can say, I want a rematch. And then Drew will have to give it to him, but then the Elimination Chamber happens, and that winner gets to be inserted, making it a triple threat. So those are the 3 matches I think will definitely happen. There's going to be a men's Elimination Chamber too, and sometimes when they have these big event PLEs, then you only have 4 matches. But if there was a fifth match, I could see LA Knight fighting. Seems like Bronson Reed would be a given right here, but if we want to extend it just a little, you could have LA Knight fight the lowest guy on the totem pole, which is Austin Theory, or Logan Paul. Maybe Logan Paul is like, you know what? I've dealt with this guy before. I'll handle this situation. Or maybe it's even Braun Breaker. What's Braun Breaker gonna do? He's still waiting for Seth Rollins to come back. I don't know why I did air quotes on Seth Rollins, but he is waiting for Seth Rollins to come back and announce himself. So if we have Braun Breaker versus LA Knight here, and Seth Rollins attacks, costing Braun Breaker the match, which then leads to Braun versus Seth at Mania, you could have Braun and LA Knight go for it right here. Give LA Knight the win, and then Bronson Reed takes up the fight at Mania. Yeah, so I'm saying LA Knight versus anybody except Bronson Reed, because I think that's the matchup at Mania. Unless Seth is really still injured, then it's LA Knight versus Braun Breaker at Mania. But yeah, no. Logan Paul or Braun Breaker, that's my pick for LA Knight. Now let's do the men's Elimination Chamber. This will be a number 1 contenders match for Drew McIntyre's title. The men's Elimination Chamber is going to suffer from the obvious winner. Everyone's going to know that Cody Rhodes entering is going to be the winner at the end of the day, because, well, this is the only way for Cody to get a shot at Drew McIntyre. But that said, they're still going to do it. Cody Rhodes will enter, and he will win. He will win and be in a triple threat or just one-on-one for the championship in night 1. But who are the 5 people that he's going to have to beat? thinking Randy Orton. Randy Orton's a good one because, well, those two have been like teasing, like hinting at a feud for the longest time. So if Randy Orton once again comes up short against Cody Rhodes, it could further lead to that eventual crash. Damian Priest, I think they want to keep reminding us that this is a main event guy, everybody, even though we all know that he's really not a main event guy. They want to make us feel like he is. So whenever there's a chance to put him in a fatal 4-way or an elimination chamber, they're going to do it. They're not going to ever give him the main belt, but they're going to put him in for a shot with the big boys. I do also see that they're going to use this as an opportunity to raise up a bunch of that next talent. I'm thinking Ilya Dragunov, I'm thinking Trick Williams, and I'm actually thinking Oba Femi as well as your next three guys. And there's something that all three of them have in common. It's like they're trying to make them a big deal almost instantaneously, and being in the chamber in a main event spot, fighting for a chance to main event WrestleMania. I see Triple H thinking that would be great for them. Ilya Dragunov, they definitely want to continue that momentum with him coming off the U.S. Championship. Oba Femi, he's a free agent right now. All you got to do is say, hey, Oba, sign with SmackDown, and we'll give you a qualifying match, which he will win, and then he'll enter the chamber. And Trick Williams, leading all up into the Royal Rumble, well, like, he looked like a serious contender. So you want to keep him in that main event conversation. I thought maybe Sami Zayn, I did consider Sami Zayn because it's like, well, this would allow him some redemption, but I'm focusing on people who can be elevated to that next level, because no matter what, we all know Cody's going to win this. So you could at least give these new guys the rub of a potential spot, showing you that we view them as big deals because they're in a match against Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Now, Oba Femi, do they want to have him take the pin? That's why I'm thinking maybe we don't do Oba Femi, but at the end of the day, you could do that thing where all 5 people hit their move on Oba Femi. That way it took 5 guys to eliminate him, and they all pile on top of him. It was reminiscent of what they did with Braun Strowman way back in the day. I would rather him just stay away from the chamber, but I think they could actually do that. Trick Williams will just look really good. Yeah, I would love to see Trick every week stepping up to every person in the chamber and just like mouthing off to them. It would be hilarious. I love Trick Williams for that. But yeah, so there you go. Those are my predictions for the Elimination Chamber. I think this one's going to be pretty predictable, to tell you the truth. But hey, who knows? Maybe The Rock comes back, asks for Cody's soul, and this time he says, yeah, sure, why not? All right, boys, all right, girls, don't forget the Patreon has the hot takes. Go check that out. Comments have the link. See you, bye.